Hi guys, top of the morning to you and all that. It's John with you, the Mad Irishman, and what has he got with you for you today? Right, today we've got the an update. I think it's the second update, build update of the Walker Bulldog from Tamiya in 1/35 scale. It's an old 1975 kit, and we're doing to see what we can do to make it nice. And that it. What can we do to make it nice? So first we'll have a look at the tank itself. In its current state, it's just after getting its. When I say just after, I did it last night. I gave it its glass coat after the decals. So I did that about 9 o'clock last night. It's around. I think it's about 10 o'clock now. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. The following day, so it's had over 12 hours of drying. But I'll give another couple of hours before I start the weathering process on that, just to make sure that it's all nicely cured and set, shall we say. Chuffed to bits with how it came out. It's looking absolutely fabulous in its coatings and God knows what else. What have I done since the last update? I've given it its metal aerials. And yeah, I've given it its metal areas. That's about it. That's all I've done to it. I've glued it together, and I've got the little kind of protective plastic bag over the driver because he's already weathered, and I don't want him any more weathered than he is. Like I said, the decals are on, and she's glass coated, and she's all ready for the next stage. So we'll just put it back there. Next up, we have the figures for that. So I just get a blue card, slightly readjust the camera, because the light today is very funny. It's very kind of an overcast day, so it's getting bright and dark and bright and dark. That's purely down to the sunlight. So there we go. With him, as you can see, he's now got a microphone onto his helmet. And what I did with that was I just basically drilled a tiny little hole in the side of the helmet. It had the mounting for all that stuff, molded onto the helmet. So I just 0.5 mil into that. A little bit of a 0.5 wire, and the microphone little knobbly bit at the end is just a build-up of super glue, CA glue, whatever you want to call it. And just a little bubble of that onto that, and let that harden, and that ends up with a little microphone bit at the end of the microphone. Yeah, a little microphone bit at the end of the microphone. Good English there, John. So that's the tank commander. This is the chap on the radio. What I did with him was I gave him an aerial, which didn't have it, and hopefully it will show up here. I've wired in there we go. I've wired in the handset as well. There's you can just about make out the wiring on the handset and that. Like I said, I do apologise about the lighting. I don't have these big professional lighting systems. I've no intentions of getting these big and expensive lighting systems, so I got to make do with the best that I have. And I am quite chuffed with him. He really does look well, and with the weathering and the dry brushing and things like that, he's after coming out quite nice indeed. Quite happy with him. That's the radio man. We've got our coloured chappy here with the M60. And hopefully, there we go. Get the he came out quite nicely as well. Dry brushing and highlights and all that kind of stuff with the wash. He's after coming up very, very nice indeed. Like I said, I do apologise about the lighting. It isn't the best at all. And if I turn on lights, it makes it worse, shall we say. I'm going to just show you. I have a light there, and if I put that on, which is brilliant to actually work with, if you know what I mean. It's a brilliant light to work with, but when it comes to filming. I can't film under that light whatsoever because it's bloody ridiculous. And that is one of those, spotlight things. So we'll turn that off, wait for the light to adjust itself back up normal again. And these guys, they are quite nice. They really are. They're lovely figures. They're Tamiya figures. The date on the figures is 1980, and they are a very nice set of figures indeed. For Tamiya figures and for all figures, they are very nice mouldings on the uniforms, nice creases, and shows up the webbing and all that kind of stuff very nicely indeed. There was a present from Mr. Bentley, Joe's model kits. He sent me on those. Thank you very much, Joe, again. And there's the third chap that's just sitting around taking it nice and handy. So there's the 3 figures for it, or the 4 figures for it, should I say. There's actually 5 figures all told. You get the driver, commander, and 3 chaps on the ground. And all that's left to show is the little base that I've made up for it. Nothing spectacular at all. Excuse me. I'll have to kind of zoom back a bit for that. So there's our base for that. It's basically, a path through the jungle. Say the jungle trees would kind of start here back. There's usually that little patch of cleared beside the roads, cleared jungle and fell and trees and God knows what else. And we've got our little bit of an ancient stone wall as well. So the tank is going to be kind of I don't really want to be pawing it too much, and the tank is going to be kind of roughly in that position there. A little bit of fine tuning getting it in, but you know yourself, that's where the tank is going to be. So that's roughly the idea I have for that, and hopefully everything will turn out nicely. I have to kind of fiddle around with this. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's just a bit of tweaking here and a bit of tweaking there. It might need a bit of toning down in colour in certain areas, but apart from that, I'm quite happy with how it looks. So that's basically my update, lads. Keeping it nice and short. It's as I said, it's a lovely kit. It's an old kit. I would recommend it to anybody, any skill level whatsoever. As Beasley called it there at one stage, he said it's a brilliant mojo booster, and that it definitely is. If you're losing the old mojo, go out and buy it. It's cheap. It's cheap as chips. I think I paid 13 quid for it, sterling. I keep saying sterling, but that's exactly what I paid for, because I'm in the Eurozone. We deal with the Euros, and I buy a lot of my stuff from England, so I'm buying it at English prices. So for 13 quid sterling, which is about €15, and even at €15, that's for nothing. Like, what would you spend €15 on, lads? You can end up with a lovely kit indeed for that. Just a little quick thing I want to add into this. If you look up there on my wall, ta-da-da, got my shop card from the Life After Work channel from Solomon. Thank you very much, Sol. I got that in the post. The UN badge, thank you. But yeah, I got my shop card from Solomon. It's up there on the wall, and thank you very much, Solomon, for that. So, without nothing else to say really, we'll leave it at that. I'll catch you up in the next update, which will more than likely be the final reveal for this. And stay safe, everybody. Have a nice the rest of the nice day and weekend, and God knows what else that you want to do. Getting a bit confused with myself here. I'm not feeling the best. I have a bit of a chest infection and a bit of a cold, but we get over it. Sure, it's not going to kill me, says you. Well, don't think so anyway. So I'll leave it at that. Like I said, lads, don't forget to leave a comment in the box if you've got anything to say. If you've any comments on the dial or the figures of the tank, any suggestions you'd like to make, and or any criticisms. So now is the time to get them in. If you spot something that's blatantly a bit done, you're missing something there, things like that. Just let me know. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I like seeing the thumbs up. It gives me an indication that I'm doing well, because you'd see a couple of hundred views, but maybe only about 20 or 30 likes. Now, does that mean that only 20 or 30 people like it out of the video? I don't know. So the more likes I get or the more dislikes I get, I get a kind of an indication as to how it's doing. So, please let me know with the old thumbs up or the thumbs down if you want to. I don't really want the thumbs down, but you can't exactly tell people to do anything. Wish I could. But anyway, we leave it at that, lads. Have a nice rest of the week. Get some nice modelling done. Go out and buy a kit, build it and enjoy it. We'll just leave it at that, lads. So, catch you up in the next one. Stay safe. Be nice to each other. John, signing off.